description.
Alright, hey, this is Hans once again with another episode of Instant Noodle Recipe Time. This is the show where I show you what to do with your instant noodles. Today we got one from Poland. Yeah. Polish noodles. This is a chili ramen sent by a reader. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So let's get her going. I'm gonna make it in time today. Hey, it is the 26th day of August 2025, where I'm sitting. And I have the interesting thing to show you today, so you'll get to see that. And honestly, I'm incredibly stoked on it. And the birds are going crazy as usual. So, this is nuts. This one calls for 6 minutes. Or 6 to 8 minutes. So I'm going to do it for 7. Let's get that going. That's going. Then I am going to floof up this noritamaki. A little bit of hot water. So, what have I for you to see today? I don't know. The one thing I like about this show that I can do at any show, but I can do show and tell. Isn't that fun? Isn't that what everybody liked, show and tell? I like show and tell. I will show you a thing now, and then I'm going to tell you about it. All right? So, if you've been following my saga of me, you might know that I got a Victrola a couple months ago, I think now. And I got it at the thrift store, and it was like $160, and I brought it home, and it had some problems, and I figured most of those out. My wife is like doing the refinishing on the outside of it. We're kind of standstill because it's really hot, and the chemicals that you use for it, we probably need to put it outside lest we die. But all of a sudden it didn't sound good, and then I realized what the problem was when I got a new one of these things, but I was seating the needle too far in. I've always been told you shove the needle all the way down into the backstop and then tighten it. It didn't work, and I could have saved myself by just using just keeping it out a little bit, because I got a new reproducer. So think of a record player, and it has the arm that's called the tone arm, and at the end of it, it's got this little cluster, and that's where you put the little needle and stuff. Now, for a Victrola that plays 78s, it's heavy. It's a big thing. There's no electronics involved, right? So the needle goes on the groove. It's really thin. It goes up through the reproducer, which vibrates, I guess. And then that goes through a tube, which is bigger and bigger and bigger. And then a lot of the times they had ones that came out like a big bell, like a trumpet on top. Or like mine, it's got 2 little doors you can open up, and the sound comes through that, which is inside. And this is my old reproducer. Let's see if you can get a good look at that. That's pretty good, right? But yeah, cool, huh? But yeah, this is an Exhibition 2 reproducer, but this thing was made, the Victrola I have is from 1917. It's ancient, right? And over time, things happen to things. For example, if you look at the back of this piece of rubber on the back should be, yeah, it's super dried out. It's rock hard. That's a problem. That part isn't bad. This little rod here, can you see that? That's supposed to be nice, and it's not. This here is mica. It's like you might find mica in rocks. And, but there's a little ring right here that's hard as a rock. That's important. And, yeah, this piece moves. But I found I was having the same problem as I was having with this one, with the new one. The new one, it looks like white. It's super shiny. It's like really, really, really styling. But I'm glad I got a new one because it was definitely something I needed. But yeah, so cool. But yeah, what's funny is it comes up through here. This is almost like a little, like a drum. And if you look in this side, the needle goes up to that little tube or piece of metal, and then this end attaches onto a thing that flanges out bigger and bigger and bigger. And it gets loud. I use soft needles, and for some of the capital pressings, those are incredibly loud. They make soft, medium, and loud needles rather. If I used a loud needle and opened the doors on that thing and start playing a record, that would be deafening in this apartment. Like, you can fill up an entire house with sound with one of those. It's nuts. And there's no electricity involved. That's what gets me. It's like, if you want to be off the grid and you want to have music, there you go. You could be out in the woods and have one of these things, and it would just go and go and go and go. But yeah, I wonder if I can get a portable one, like a mini one like this big. I bet you somebody could do it. You just have a wind up. You could have a clockwork one where you walked and it would ding. It could go ding when you got the coil. So it's like a big belt of metal, and you wind it and it gets tension, and then you let go of the brake on the record player, and as the tension of that unwinds, there's gears and stuff, there's a governor, there's a little thing that goes wee 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 wee, and it turns the platter of the record player, the phonograph rather. But yeah, I'm really into this stuff. I'm really into getting 78 RPM records. I got this one, I got a bunch a couple weekends ago. We went down to a special record shop, and one I got last night was just like, I listened to for the first time, and it was like, wow, this sounds so good, and it's so crazy. It was really neat. I got a Gene Krupa album. That's pretty cool. But they sound good. I mean, especially now. Cheers. Here's our broth. I don't know what that flavor is with the chili, but it's great. It's almost lemony. That's really good. I'm thrilled with that one. I'll be honest. That's a fascinating flavor. I knew it was going to have some kind of... which bowl do I want to use? I'm going to use this one. That's just going to be too frickin' big. So I'm going to use this one. And I hope we don't have any problems. But I don't think we will. I'm looking at the size of the bowl, and then I'm looking at what's in here, and no problemo. Okay, and now I still have 15 minutes left. That's great. It's so great. It's great. So what I need is some garnish. Chashu. Work It Out Wombats, folks. That's a program. It can be watched. All right, here we go. That's about as exactly where I want it. There's that. Oh yeah. We've got a nice poofed out Narutomaki. Hey, a shout out to my buddy Stumpy from North Little Rock, Arkansas. He's had some medical issues, and I hope he feels better soon, buddy. Yeah. I'm going to just kind of mix this, I think. Yeah, our buddy Stumpy needs a little bit of support. Although, I don't know, by the time you see this, he should optimally be in a better state. Well, better than Arkansas. That would be great, but probably not. They're gonna put more stormtroopers in Arkansas, I guess. Or they're gonna put them there, which is kind of odd. They haven't really been putting the stormtroopers in red states. And yes, I call them stormtroopers. They're not good people. Bad. Very bad, naughty people. So let's, yeah, this is neat. I'm telling you, you gotta try the Polish instant noodles. They're not bad. Rotate. Well, thanks for watching. I don't know what will be next. I have a few more varieties from Poland that I'll be doing. I've got one that just showed up from Taiwan. And yeah, so there will be more. Hopefully I'll get out and score some noodles this weekend. I'm hoping. But yeah, this has been Hans the Ramen Raider wishing you enjoyment of your noodles each and every day. Have a good one. Bye-bye.